back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Well, full-time family, I hate for bad news to be the last video of the night. Actually, just because I don't want to do that to y'all, I think I'm going to put this video out before the Brian Ortega video that I just recorded. So y'all are going to see this second because this is some bad news, man. Jessie Jess Rose Clark. I am a huge fan of Jessie Jess Rose Clark. I mean, and I've even learned more about her even just today when I was on MMA On Point. I believe I was in the chat room just kicking it with Dan Ortega, and I think Nick M and a couple of other people were in that joint. I was just chatting. I seen okay, so that's a whole story for another day. But they said that Jessie Jess Rose Clark was actually the chick, if you remember, I don't even know the guy's name, like Julian Wallace. I'm going off the top of my head, fucking super tatted up guy who I guess there was a domestic dispute, and I think Jessie Jess Clark happened to be involved in that. They might have been boyfriend girlfriend, and I think the dude might have like beat up on her or something according to that podcast. Now Ben Wynn, as a lot of you know, got the karma, came through, knocked him out with the head kick right after that or something like that. So that's something I just heard about today. So that even, you know, that's a dope story that involves Jessica Rose Clark. It was not dope for her and stuff, but just, you know, the like instant karma Ben Wynn knockout that they showed. That was a dope presentation. But the thing about this is Jessie Jess was coming off of one of the biggest opportunities. She's going into one of the biggest opportunities of her life, a UFC on Fox. No, this is UFC St. Louis. It's on Fox Sports 1. But still, the opponent Jessie Jess Clark is fighting is Paige VanZantu. Paige VanZantu is one of the most popular female fighters in the UFC strawweight division, and she's actually making her debut at the UFC's flyweight division, female flyweight division. And so this is, you know, just a huge opportunity for Jessica Rose Clark fighting Paige VanZantu. And fucking unfortunately, her home has been broken into just days prior to this fight with Paige VanZantu at UFC St. Louis. Her cat was kicked, a lot of her shit was stole. You see in the tweet right there, it says, somebody just broke into my house, stole all of my housemate's stuff, trashed the whole place, stole clothes, stole shoes from me. What the fuck, man? They also kicked our cat and smashed his rib cage as it pushed his intestines up into his chest cavity. He has to have surgery and we don't know what's going to happen. And then she took to Twitter one last time and revealed the even more unfortunate news. Vegas, my house just got broken into. They kicked our cat. He has to be put down. TVs, guitars, DVDs, pop, video games, at least 3 people, 1 small female with her hair in a bun, reddish blonde, 2 men, 1 white sedan, and possibly a gray truck with him. That is fucking terrible, yo. And this is going into her fight with Paige VanZantu, so you have to wonder how that's going to affect her. I know if that shit happened to and I'm not even a fighter, but if you were going into anything, any type of big event in your life that you needed to be focused for, it doesn't matter if it's a college test, it doesn't matter what it is. If you're going into something big and you get the news and you're out of town and you get the news that your house got broken into, and on top of that your fucking pet got kicked, and now you have to put him down and you're out of town, you got to be really, really mentally strong to be able to stay focused. So I'm hoping for the best for Jessica Rose Clark. She's got a tough task ahead of her with Paige VanZantu on top of this other stuff she has to deal with just days before her fight at UFC St. Louis. So that's very unfortunate. So thoughts and prayers with Jessica Rose Clark and with everything going on, because it's an unfortunate situation. She's about to get into a fucking fist fight in the cage with Paige VanZantu in a couple of days with all of this shit on her mind and her shoulders. So that's the news, you guys. It just happened today. With that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think about this nonsense in the comments. Man, Jessica Rose Clark is one of my favorite female fighters. Just off her UFC debut, bro. Super dope performance. And now she's about to have another big fight. So let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out.
Da 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 da! It's the motherfucking DOWG!